Welcome back to Sports Addiction after a long period of time. And IPL is back, and so are we. And while shooting this episode, I, as a kid who has grown up watching Sachin, Saurav, and Virendra Sehwag, and those people who used to play in 90s and 2000, I remember about this ad, Hero Honda ad, where we have seen Dada supporting the Indian team, sitting in a gallery and shooting this ad and saying that आपने दादा को भूला तो नहीं. And I also feel the same, that आपने sports addiction को भूला तो नहीं, because from now on we will be there every day. We will be reviewing each and every IPL game. I will be there, my friend Trisha will be there, and interesting reviews will be there. So let's get started with the very first match between Mumbai Indians and RCB. And a lot of things changed in this match, and a lot of things didn't change. The things which changed is Virat Kohli's fate when it comes to winning tosses, because after I don't know after how many games he won a toss and he was mighty relieved. Also, RCB hadn't won in Chepauk, that's in Chennai, for the last 5 games. They lost 5 games on the trot, and then they managed to win this one against Mumbai. Mumbai, on the other hand, had won 5 on the trot, and then they lost this one in Chennai. Another thing which didn't change is that Mumbai losing the first game of IPL. After the 2012 season, they have lost each and every first games of IPL that they have played. That's 9 in total. But Rohit Sharma was not concerned about that. In the post-match conference, post-match interview, he said that it's about the championships which you are gunning for. It's not about the first match. So let's get started with the match. So Mumbai, which was a very settled side, they came into this IPL with a few changes here and there, and they just made 3 changes to the order which played in the final against Delhi Capitals last season. And some new faces were there. Jansen was there, and a few other faces were there. On the other hand, RCB had a whole lot of changes in their team as a whole, and in this match quite a few new signings did make a huge impact. Kyle Jamieson, then there was Harshal Patel, then Mohammad Siraj. He's an old gun, but he also did very well. Glenn Maxwell, the most important batsman who gets tons of money every year, he also made a big impact. So let's get started. The match started on a note which is expected on a Chennai pitch. It was a slowish pitch again, and Mumbai started off they didn't get off to a great start, but the man who was expected to turn things around literally, Yuzvendra Chahal, he was the one who helped Mumbai open the floodgates, because Mumbai scored around 23 runs in their in the first 2 overs that Chahal bowled in the power play. But on the other hand, Siraj was damn good in the power play with his bowling. His pace was really great, and his line and length was impeccable. On the other hand, Kyle Jamieson surprised everyone. People didn't expect him to bowl up front, but he did very well, and his also line and length was very good, because he was 130ish kind of average pace, but he really kept it tight. But Mumbai got off to a flyer didn't get off to a flyer at the start, but after those Chahal overs, their run rate got going in the middle overs, because they scored at 10 per over, more than 10 per over in the middle overs. But what happened is that at the end, the time when Mumbai goes berserk, and in this match also, it was looking like a 170, 180 odd score for Mumbai, because they were teeing off. They just managed to score only 24 runs in the last 4 overs. And who was the architect of stopping Mumbai from scoring this? It was Harshal Patel. Harshal Patel, remember, he was an ex-RCB player. He was not bought in the auction, in the mini auction. He was traded from Delhi Capitals. He came in, he used these variations to great effect. Slower balls, Yorkers, he changed his pace. This wicket was tailor-made for him, and his death bowling was impeccable because all those Yorkers and the change in pace flummoxed the Mumbai batsmen, because Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, Kairan Pollard, all these big hitters succumbed to his bowling. On the other hand, Siraj also kept it tight in the few overs he bowled in the back end of the match, and also Kyle Jamieson. He came back for a few overs at the end. He also kept it tight. And Harshal Patel took 5 wickets. Nobody before this match, no bowler ever in IPL had taken 5 wickets against Mumbai. This was Harshal Patel's first 5 for him. His T20 career also, overall T20 career, 98 matches he played. He has played in T20s. And he managed to take a 5 wicket haul, and that restricted Mumbai Indians to 160 for a team which was targeting 180 at one point of time. 160 they were restricted to, and RCB bowled as many as 7 bowlers. So this is the change RCB has made in this year's team, that they have brought in a lot of all-rounders who can bat as well as bowl. 7 bowlers they used. They could have used Glenn Maxwell also. So that makes 8 bowling options for RCB. Even Virat Kohli can bowl 1 or 2 overs here and there. So almost everyone could bowl, can bowl in this RCB lineup. And in this Chennai pitch, where variations are a key, Harshal Patel and company, Kyle Jamieson and Siraj, if they can get going, it will be a tough task for other batting teams. It's only one weak link was there, that was Yuzvendra Chahal. He didn't get going, but maybe as the tournament will go on, he will find his rhythm, find his line and length. Also, when RCB started to bat, this was expected. Me and Trisha was telling this from the last season, that Virat Kohli should open. And because Virat Kohli is a master of getting those boundaries without playing risky shots in the power play, he did that same. In this power play also, he had a new batting partner, because David Pallikal was advised to miss this match because he had recovered from COVID. A new opener, Washington Sundar, had come in. Washington Sundar of late has been very good with the bat for India, but he didn't get off to a flying start. But Virat Kohli, on the other hand, kept them at par with the run rate, and that's what Virat Kohli does very, very well, because he takes advantage of the power play situations. He can thread those gaps. This is what RCB was missing at last year's IPL. But thank God Virat Kohli has listened to, maybe we can take bragging rights, our advice, and he batted. He got off to a flyer in the power plays. RCB was abreast with the run rate. Then Rajat Patidhar came in after Washington Sundar got out. He looked in good touch but got out. Then the big satisfaction or relief for RCB, I should say, was the way Maxwell batted, because this same Maxwell couldn't hit even 1/6 since the start of last season when he played for Kings 11 Punjab. And in this game he scored 39 runs, and in the middle overs, which is a very, very big problem for RCB. It was last year, it was a big problem because they couldn't get the run rate high in the middle overs. This time around, Maxwell was impeccable with his batting. The way he has an open stance, but the way he brought in his front leg and he covered, before the ball came to him, he got into a very good batting position to hit the balls over cover, which he was not being able to do last time around. He was trying to hit on the leg side and mistiming it. Also, we have seen him practicing a lot of reverse sweeps in the RCB nets, and he made full use of the balls which could be reverse swept. He hit a 6, he hit a 4, and he also slog sweeped one for a huge 6 which went out of the boundary. Yeah, he couldn't continue. He got out to a loose shot, but the opening signs are really great for Glenn Maxwell and RCB. And then after that, it was a match of champions. Bumrah, when RCB was taking the match away, Bumrah was brought in for his second over and he got Virat Kohli. In the last 4 matches against Virat Kohli, he has got him out thrice. He always has his captain's number, like India captain's number, I feel. And he got him out in this match too. Then Glenn Maxwell fell. Then a series of other wickets fell. But because remember, RCB has this long batting order with a lot of tailenders who can bat a bit. They somehow helped ABD. Helped to give ABD company at the other end, and ABD, what a class batsman he is. Every time he scores over 40, most of the times RCB win. We have seen that since the last season and in seasons before that. In this match also, when they needed at 11 and 11 more than 11 per over, ABD came to the fore and he batted brilliantly. The best thing about him was he took on the 2 best bowlers of the Mumbai team, Trent Bolt and then Jasprit Bumrah, and still managed to hand RCB the win. Yeah, the win came in the last ball because ABD was run out at the end and all those things happened. They needed 2 of 2 balls. But when ABD went berserk against Bolt and Bumrah, the game was already in RCB's grasp. So that was a great start for RCB. As for Mumbai, the one concern was that Hardik Pandya was catching the balls in the outfield and throwing it underarm. That meant that he might be suffering from some shoulder injury or he's uncomfortable with his shoulder. He didn't bowl just like he didn't bowl in the entire tournament last year around. So that might be a big concern. As the tournament goes on, we'll see what happens to that. But what a great start to IPL. It couldn't have been, this match couldn't have been summed up in any other way other than the way it happened. The last ball finish, a nail biter, and we hope that all the other matches lives up to these kind of expectations. We'll be back with more, but please subscribe to Sports Addiction, like it, share it to your friends, watch the videos, give your reactions in the comment section, and keep on supporting Sports Addiction. We'll be back with the match review of the next match. For now, goodbye.